Bro, you better not
If I ever catch
fuck,
you,
better not be messaging my sister, bro.
bro, if I ever catch you messaging my sister, bro, I'm fucking going.
Bro.
But honestly, you wouldn't even make it into the UK if I caught you messaging my
Yeah,
sister.
bro. I'm terrified, honestly, bro. Are you gonna chef me
Do
up?
you know? Yeah, I would have. Me and my mum's going to Croatia.
Oh yeah,
She
random.
knows. She knows. She's like. She knows. She's like. Oh, because she's like. Oh, isn't Rash from there? And I was like, yeah.
She she low key dissing, but nah, I get it because I am partly from there, but I'm not from there. So
No,
like
do
low
you
key
know?
diss.
Do
I
you
know she
know?
hating. I
No,
know she hating
she
on me for
actually
sure, but it's all good.
she actually genuinely already knew that your dad was Croatian and your mum was Serbian. So,
Oh, okay. Well, I guess yeah.
so
There you go.
she said
Oh,
she
there you
said
go.
she knows.
Now, what was I gonna say? What
Oh,
party is
it's
she going to?
five.
Is she going
It's
to like?
5-0 to
She's
it's 5-0 to Newcastle.
huh? 5-0 to
Five
Newcastle.
0
Wow. Oh Jesus Christ, that's embarrassing.
Wait,
Um,
bro, Spurs are dog shit. Hey, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, what we are talking about, if no one
All right.
knows for the context, is we're talking about the EPL and we're talking about Spurs losing
Anyway,
Newcastle right now.
we
But
move on. We move on.
what part of Croatia is she going to?
She's going
To
to
like the sea,
she's going to a
obviously.
bunch of places. She's going
Oh,
to she's going to wherever Hajduk Split play. Um, I don't know where that
okay.
is.
Yeah, it's a
She's going to is there an island off Croatia? I don't think there is.
yeah.
Is
There
there?
is a little island off it as well. Yeah.
I think she's going there as well.
Okay.
Um, she's going somewhere else. She told me she's like hopping. She's she's there for like a
Oh yeah,
week, I think,
interesting.
and then she's going to Athens afterwards.
Ooh,
She's going to London. She's coming here first,
yeah.
then Croatia, then Athens. But
Wild. What time?
yeah,
When's that happening?
that's in August.
Okay, pretty soon.
It's not even that. Yeah, not even that far away. So yeah,
Yeah,
pretty lit. Should be good.
yeah. Dope. Yeah, she'll have a fun time.
Yeah. I was actually telling her that she should catch the train through like from London to Croatia instead of flying.
Yeah, because it'll be way easier.
And also just nicer.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
get to
it'll
see
be.
more.
I feel like it'll be easier to fly because
It'll
it's
be
like two
easier to
hours. It's
fly,
super
but what
cheap.
I'm saying is like it just I don't know that there's a different kind of easiness to it. It's like flying. Some people like flying, like it brings them like uneasiness.
Yeah, I get you. Like you, do you get that?
No, not really. I used to when I was younger, where I was like, oh, I always thought about like the plane crashing. I always fucking just thought about it when I was
Really?
younger.
That's like the
Like
last
I'd
thing on my
sit in
mind,
my
really.
seat and I would like think about it, and I'm like, and whenever we were, because you know what I was always told that most accidents don't happen during the flight. They happen at either the beginning or when you're going down at the end. So
Yeah, okay.
I would be terrified when we're going up. And once we get into that point where they're like, you can take your seatbelts off, like all that anxiety will go away. I'd like be so tired from all the anxiety. I'd fall asleep. I'd wake up. My mom would wake me up just before we fall. Like it was before we were going down. And in
Because
my head, I'm like, why
also,
would you wake me up? Like, just
nah,
let me sleep forever.
your ears will be terrible if like you don't wake up.
Yeah.
You're gonna wake up no matter what because you're
Yeah, I
popping.
guess so.
You're
Yeah.
gonna you're gonna wake up.
Yeah, and then yeah, you wake up, your ears fuck with you anyways. But it's not even that; it's the landing where, like, sometimes you know when they're like, like it kind of bounces, and you're like, no, like
Mhm.
it's like, oh man, oh, that's a fear that hasn't really like been as crushing recently, but it just stays with me. It stays with me regardless. But I think about that, like I
Yeah,
used to like be very extreme where I think about that even like when I first started driving, I would think about it a lot as well. I was like, oh, what happens if I crash and something, you know what I mean? I was like, that's just stupid to think about, especially if you're doing something every day. It's like doubting something that you're
yeah.
doing every day. It's like fucking,
Especially as well, you have
it's
pilots.
like
Like pilots don't
painting.
even
And then
fly the
every
plane.
time
I'm
you
pretty
paint,
sure.
you're like, should I be using colors at all? You know what I mean?
I think it's a bit different. Like, your life still is at risk. Yeah.
Nah, nah.
Do you think pilots like text and fly? Do you think they do that? They probably do, right?
Yeah,
They're
because
probably
you're
just like,
not,
yeah,
there's no
text
like,
and they're
you're
like
not bumping
sneakily.
into anyone. There's no traffic. So, like, you just need to maintain the plane. And there's like,
Has
obviously,
that has
there's
that ever happened?
specific, I'm pretty
Has a
sure
plane
planes
crashed?
have a setting where you can just kind of like put it
Yeah,
on like
it's always on
autopilot.
autopilot. It's always on autopilot. Like the whole flight
Yeah.
is pretty much autopilot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Google now.
Pilots are actually just more so deal with like issues if anything occurs and like
Have
landings and
planes
stuff.
ever crashed in mid-air. Because I'm intrigued to know like if something wreckage
Yeah,
from
well,
a plane,
fucking obviously planes have
wreckage
crashed
from
in
the crash
mid-air,
of two
bro.
airplanes mid-air.
But not so many commercial flights.
Well, I'm not talking about some kamikaze shit. I'm talking about like I'm looking for a mid-air collision
Collision.
that I'm looking for.
There's probably some mistakes in
And I'm
like airways, and then people like a plane
well, there's
crashed.
that mystery one, isn't there? That like, disappeared and it
Yeah,
went
they
off
just
track. I can't
disappeared.
remember the
But there's the
plane.
Bermuda
There's a whole
Triangle.
documentary. There's a
Oh, bro,
documentary.
that thinking about the Bermuda Triangle, that was my first like. I
Wait,
think that was the
that shit still boggles me. It's like what? There's just an
right.
area
I
of the
think that
world
was
that
the
we're just like, nah, we
first
don't know what's over there.
conspiracy theory that I ever heard. I think.
Yeah. When you're a kid, hey, when you're a kid, you're
Yeah.
like that. This is the triangle. Don't go in there.
Believe it so much because you're like, dude, like these fucking planes, they all went in there, they didn't come out. No people came out, they didn't find any bodies. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, how?
Do
Like,
you know what's
and
crazy to me?
everyone,
It's
and
like
the
how
simple
deep
answer
is
is
that? How
like,
deep
it
is the
went into
ocean?
the sea, but like, I mean, into the ocean because it's like a wide amount area. It's not like the plane just like flies over it quickly, you know? But,
It's also like the ocean is so deep that like that. Do you know the
it could
ocean
like
scares
fucking
me way
find it
more
in
than
it
the sky?
if it had enough weight to go
The
to the
ocean
bottom.
freaks me the
Yeah.
fuck out.
Yeah.
The ocean freaks me the fuck out. I
Dude, I'm
cannot like
terrified of the
if
ocean.
you
I've made a deal with the
if
ocean that I'm only ever going to swim as far as like I can, you know, and I won't
honestly,
like go like.
not even as far as I can. No, I
Mm,
refuse to go past a limit, but I can swim far further.
mm.
I'm not
Yeah,
going
it's not a
further
place I
than
would like
my
to lose
feet
my
touching the
life.
ground. I'm being remotely honest here. I'm not going further than when my feet can't touch the ground.
I'll swim out a
I
little further than that because I like catching
no,
waves, but I
I can
think.
catch waves like when I'll go when the water's up to here and like, I'll do that.
What about if you
I'll
go
do that.
surfing? So would you never go surfing?
No, that's why I hate being called a
Wow,
surfer,
dude.
bro.
So
Because I'm not
isn't
one.
that strange that everyone perceives you as this like surfer type guy, and you would
And
actually
really,
never
it's
go
my biggest
surfing?
fear.
I would go
It's
surfing.
actually my biggest fear. I can't just go. I don't think you can just go surfing. I think it's a lot harder than just going surfing.
You can, like, I'm pretty sure you can buy a fucking board, watch a YouTube tutorial, and then try ride some waves, and obviously fail a few times. But like, do you know what I mean? Like, you can just go and surf. There's no one's gonna
I'm
be
pretty
like,
sure.
no one's
Oh,
gonna go
you
up to you and
can.
be like, mate, you can't surf without license. Where's your surfing license?
Yeah,
And
true,
the only
bro.
way to get a surfing license is in Australia, and this is a fact to everyone else that's in the rest of the world that's listening. This is a fact, okay?
I
The
think
only way to get a
Hawaii can probably
surfing
get it as
license
well.
in Australia is if you grow out your hair to a specific length and you
Yep.
get the Southern Cross tattooed somewhere on your body, and that's how you get a surfing
Imagine that,
license.
right? Imagine you go getting your surface license, and they're like, and they've just got like this like chart against the wall, and like, yeah,
Mm,
please stand up against this chart, sir. Please stand up here,
mm,
and they let your hair down, let your hair out that bum, please, and
yep.
then they let it all down,
And
and
there's
you're
a
like,
reach. Yep.
and
Exactly.
it's like that far off. You're like, sorry, mate, sorry,
Sorry, mate.
he's
Come
gonna
back in
come
a
back
few
next year.
months
Yeah,
when you're
you've
ready.
missed the cut. You've missed the cut. You've missed the
When
cut.
you're ready,
They've
mate.
got like you've got like a detective team, like a VAR team on like if it's like curly hair, and like
Yeah,
they've
they're
straightened
trying
it.
to trick it. Or if you're like leaning
They've
your
straightened.
neck like back now, they're like, hey, put your chin there, put your chin there,
Hey,
buddy.
chin
Chin
straight,
straight, buddy.
back against the wall.
You
Yeah,
know what I
no,
mean?
people be trying to like flex the system way too much. Man. It's bullshit. Did you
Well,
did you see that I went to the Emirates
yeah, it was
on
wild. Yeah, how was
Friday?
that experience?
Yeah, I did. It was crazy. It was crazy. Do you know, it was such a
Tough
conflicting
game.
moment in my life
Yeah,
because like it was the first game I've ever been to, first Premier League game, first Arsenal game, first everything, right?
yeah,
First good competitive game that isn't purgatory.
yeah. It was
So fuck
3-3,
off all
dude.
that shit, right? Unbelievable, great game,
Mm.
but like the happiness of being there, like mixed with I think our season's done now. I think we're not going to win the
Right.
league. Just clashing,
It was
and like I'm
weird.
in this like,
Yeah.
and I'm just in this like, oh my god, it's so great, but
You still
oh,
have a chance if you
like
beat City.
yeah, we still do. So it's not too bad.
So
And
if you
like
beat
it
City, you're
was,
safe. But if you don't beat City, then you
dude. One thing that
they
I
might
find
have you.
crazy is
Because
certain fans, man. Like
they got 2 games behind you.
yeah, but we're versing them. Next game is them.
Yeah, but then then there'll still be 2 games behind you.
Yeah, but if we beat them, then they can't go above us.
Yeah, you'll be fine, but they've still
Yeah.
got 2 games behind. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's dangerous still, regardless.
Yeah, 100%. The thing that I didn't understand is just certain fans, man. Like I see a lot of like obviously football media, and like I wonder sometimes about who watches it, because like
Mm.
a lot of it is just like hyperbole and people just being like
Mm.
this is the thing, this is the reason why this is happening, and
Mm.
like it's just the most outrageous thing where it's just like these people are human beings. It's not the case,
Yeah.
but
Did you get on Ask Me
like you
TV
hear
though?
fan. I didn't know. I didn't actually. I had no idea where they were. To be fair, no idea. Dude,
Bro.
when you leave the stadium, you can't get anywhere for like a
Yeah.
half an hour to an hour,
Can
because it's
imagine.
just like 60,000 people. But like these fans, man, like they're just like, they just hurl abuse, and I'm just like, first of all, we're having the most unbelievable season,
Yeah.
and and it was towards Fabio Vieira, who didn't have a good game. Like fair play to the kid, like he didn't play well, but like fans just going off on it, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, we're having such a good season. He's barely played games this year. He's like 22, and fans are just going mental. And I'm like, it's so like, you dude, go out there, go fucking like
Yeah,
play,
you do
go
it.
fucking go. You do it. Come on, I dare you to
Yeah.
try and go there. And you have to like, and like I heard so many times, like because the thing that pisses me the most off about football fans is that, and I don't know, like I don't know where it's come from, is like when football fans like say they're they're in a privileged position, or like everyone's dream is to be a professional footballer. And
Mm.
I'm like, well, no, you didn't work hard enough to do it.
Yeah.
Like you had the opportunity the
Or
same as all these
sacrifice
fucking,
enough or have enough luck.
yeah,
There's a
yeah.
few reasons for it.
Well, luck is definitely involved, but I'm
Yeah.
saying you weren't good enough and you didn't train hard. I can guarantee you didn't train hard enough. So
Mm.
don't talk shit about them in a
Bro.
privileged position because they fucking worked for it. Like if you worked for it as hard as they
But
did,
there's
you'd
also
probably be
that
there.
counter argument, if I'm going to be like the devil's advocate, where it's like you are getting paid so much. So you should be at a
So,
level where you're not making that many mistakes, if you know what I mean. Like I
oh,
know it's
dude,
tough to say.
I'm
I
not
know it's
saying
tough to, but
criticism. I'm
I'm
not
just,
saying
I'm
criticism
playing
isn't.
the
I'm
devil's
not saying.
advocate here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm not saying
it's
criticism
like,
is you
yeah,
can't
you expect
criticize.
fucking Gary in Sunday League to fucking double fucking tackle some guy and break his fucking
Mm,
leg, and then everyone be like, oh fucking hell, like, and just get over it.
yeah.
But in the bigger leagues, there's more like, like the
Oh,
players are
I'm
worth
not
way
saying there
more.
isn't
So it's like
standards.
you're expecting them
I'm
to
not
like,
saying that. It's more of like the like when it's more of that thing of when people think that they're just they don't care,
yeah,
or that they're just fucking around, like they're like just, oh yeah, fucking we'll try again next week. It is what it is. Like no, they're fucking like they're the most elite sportsmen of sportsmen.
yeah,
Like they're handpicked. If you like, that's the thing about sportsmen I don't understand, is that what people think they are. Like they're the most elite of the elite athletes in the world. Like,
mm,
and this is in all sports. Like
mm,
you really think the most elite sportsmen in the world don't care?
yeah,
Just they're so lackadaisical about
yeah,
anything. They're just like, oh yeah, you think they got to that level from not caring?
yeah,
Like it's stupid. Like, and like I just don't understand like the arguments behind. I understand
yeah,
criticism. Like if you're being like, if I understand that completely. If you
dude.
think
Like for
someone is shit
example,
getting at it, you can say it.
I need to mention this as a Manchester United fan. I really fucking do. I
Oh, is it Harry Maguire, bro?
did you see the last game? Did you see what
Yeah.
happened?
Oh, dude, I loved it. I loved it. I can't lie. I loved it. I loved it. I loved
Bro,
it,
I
bro.
just look,
I
I
loved it.
just don't like what I don't understand is Manchester United should be a club with enough depth where even some youngins should be way better than fucking Harry Maguire.
Do you
And
know?
I
Do you know
think the
what's
only reason
crazy?
they keep him
Do you know what's
around is because they paid so much for him that they can't like not play him now.
And no one wants him now. No
And,
one like wants. He's a
and no one
his
wants him.
he, the asset of him is
Terrible.
worth more than the money they could make.
He is
Like
a
them
championship
tax.
defender
Yeah,
at best. A championship defender at best.
I reckon he would do well at like a team that defends like from like deep. You know, like the
I
problem is with
don't
Man U is,
personally. I don't. I
no.
think
Think
he
about it.
can't
Think about
move
it. Think about it.
so often,
Think about it.
and
Yeah, no, but
within the
he
Premier
doesn't.
League
That's
with
because you
no
guys want
other
to be on the
team.
ball. That's because you want to be on the ball.
Yeah,
Like
I
if you think
understand
about it,
that.
say for an example, like an Everton, he'd be amazing at Everton.
I don't know. I really don't. I really don't. I don't see the quality in him. I really don't. Maybe just because
I honestly, I agree. I agree. I
I just
honestly
don't
agree.
see
He's
the
dog shit.
quality. like for the amount that he's getting
Dude, did you
paid
see
and
the own
whatever,
goal in the first leg? Did you
dude.
see
Oh
the
my
own goal was
god.
amazing. It
I
wasn't
stay
even
up.
his fault, but it was
Dude,
comical.
I stay
It was
up.
comical. It was comical. Yeah, if I felt for you, yeah, you've got to stay up. So yeah, and you should have won that tournament like that. Like
Dude,
that's
it
like
was it was
you were the only big
fucking
team left.
dude.
Like
It was just man. I wish like I can't believe we lost Martinez and Varane. Honestly, when we got them
that's what I
and
was
they
gonna
were playing
say.
so well, dude, I was like, oh my god, like finally all the pieces are fixed. Like
Martinez is
no one,
dope. Hey, Martinez is actually dope.
dude, that
Martinez
guy
is so
gives
sick.
it all, dude. He
Wait,
just
he just, but also
he
just
was
like
the
he,
deserved fucking World Cup winner, bro.
yeah, the way he pings balls as well though, like he
Yeah,
just get it and like just ping one to like opposite side. Yeah, he's
yeah,
fucking good.
yeah,
He's fucking good.
yeah.
Like you still, in my opinion, you guys still have like lots of players that are like still from
Yeah, but
that era where like you've lost like 5-6-0. Like my guy is one of them.
yeah,
Like I think Luke Shaw is one of them. De Gea is one of them.
yeah.
Like McTominay is one of
I
them.
think De Gea has
You know,
been playing really well. I think Luke Shaw
De Gea's
plays
a good
pretty well
goalkeeper. De
most of
Gea's
the
a good
time.
goalkeeper, but
Yeah,
like De Gea's a good goalkeeper, but like for what you want to be able to play now on the ball as well. So it's like kind of
yeah.
tough, kind of tough.
But anyways, just
But
to
anyway,
go off the fucking EPL. Have you been seeing
yeah.
what's going on with the whole Freaknik documentary?
What's that? No.
Okay, so Freaknik was like it was kind of like a event or like like a happening, I guess. Uh, in America each year,
Happening.
like back in the 90s or something, Freaknik.
Yeah.
And like as the name states, Freak Nick, like it was freaky. Like they were doing like a lot of freaky shit, and a lot of like people now that are like lawyers, like these women, especially these women that are like lawyers, doctors, like have really good professions. They're all trying to sue the documentary before it comes out on Hulu because it's portraying them I guess to them in a false narrative. It's like that's not who I am anymore. That could like fuck up my life if they saw, because like if you just look it up, like you'll see like the trailer for it, like it's legitimately just like it's wild. It's like they were up to some wild shit.
Yeah. Okay. And like, yeah. Well, fair enough. I'll have to give it a watch. I've not seen it.
Yeah. Also, yeah. And so it's just like I kind of found it funny. It made me think about just like all that kind of video stuff in general, and like how would you like see for them, they like if this like footage gets released and they get to see like them like getting like hooking up with guys, like sucking guys dicks on stage, like twerking and shit. It was like crazy. It was like these music festival type
Mm.
thing, but also like it was almost like
How long ago was it? Like,
summer
how long
break.
is the
What is
recording
it,
from?
what is it called in America? Fucking what do they do? That when
Spring
they get
break.
spring break. It's like similar to that kind of
Summer break. You're close. You're close.
whatever, bro. Spring, summer, fucking whatever. Just it's a break. Get over it. Get fucking over it. Huh? And yeah, I just found it interesting because I was like, what happens to you if your like wife is in that, you know what I mean? And you're like, holy, like I mean, it meant all her life she's been telling you, she's been like, I've just been focused on like, sorry about that, guys. It's some sick cunt in my neighborhood.
I can hear it.
Can you hear it? Okay, good.
No.
Because a guy just went, yeah. Anyways,
You do all.
what
Did
would you
did you
do
come,
if,
bro?
bro, I'll go hard, bro, straight away. What would you do if like your wife, your whole life has been telling you, she's been like, oh, fucking proper, I've just been studying, I haven't done shit, and then the documentary comes out and you just see her like on the documentary and doing some wild shit, you know what I mean? And like, how do you handle that?
Bro, I'm telling you right now, if my wife isn't proper, she's not my wife anymore.
Right,
She's got to be proper. She's got to be
right,
proper, bro. No, like it's like I don't know, like I don't know how much. The more annoying thing is right that you didn't tell me,
right.
because like again, like how much weird shit does your wife have to
What
have
if
done
she
in the
didn't tell you,
past for
but
you
she
to be like,
underplayed it? She underplayed it. Like she was like, "Oh, I just hooked up with a
oh,
few
I went to a few
guys. Like it was
parties,
wild."
few
But then you
parties.
like you see like her getting put on a train in like those documentary videos, like by like a few
So
different rappers and shit.
that's okay. So like, what for you is too much? Say you were married for 3 years. Like, it's not a hugely long term marriage. You've been married for 3 years. What? How much is too much for those videos for you to be like, nah, I ain't going back to that? Like,
Yeah, if she's
Like
got like if they're running a train on her, yeah, if they're running a train on her,
so that you can't have that. You
dude,
don't
like
want a girl
imagine
being ran
like
a train on.
there's a documentary and your wife like they just like they see her and she's
Is
like, I'm
it
gonna
is
get
it
fucking
okay?
ran on, and then like these guys are all walking in and out and like laughing and like haha like fuck like they were
How
up to
okay?
some wild shit. Like
So
rappers were getting
what do you
like
like
rapping and
less?
getting
Do
their
you
dick
like the
sucked on stage.
do you like less the fact that she's being ran a train on, or do you not like that it's being broadcasted?
The second part probably
Yeah, so you're fine with it.
because if
So if she
she
told you,
just told me
so
that
if she
one
told
time
you,
she got a tran rain on her by all of these guys, man,
yeah,
it would be rough to take on, but it'll be like I think you can get over it if you really love someone, but it being televised then comes into things like people know now everyone's like making these assumptions, and not that that should matter, but like if you have kids, oof, dude,
I I've got to actually. This
you
reminds me of
can't you
something
can't have kids
I
with her
saw on
now.
Twitter.
You can't have kids with her now
Yeah, that's more difficult because you don't want your kids like your
because that's
kids
out
growing
there.
up and
It's
knowing
on
that's your
Hulu.
mum.
It's on Hulu. You know what I mean?
Your
Like it's
mum
not
is
on
way a
like
bit worse.
fucking Pornhub that they have to fucking find it down
Mm.
the rabbit hole. But that's why I was gonna. I actually had this on my notes as well, which was, how would you tell your kids that like their mom used to have an OnlyFans? Like, let's say you're in that predicament. Like you like hypothetically, you and your girl, you get together, you're happy together, you get married, you got married, you have kids, and like you knew she had an OnlyFans like the whole time, but she stopped like when she started dating you, da da da. And then like how do you how do you tell your kids? Because that's out there. Like even if
Um,
she tried to delete it all, like they'll be on some fucking weird ass Reddit,
do
or
you
Chan.
do your kids? I guess your kids like what kind of weird
You'd
person
have to
does your
tell your
kid have
kids
to be to
before
search
they're
up?
like because like you gotta understand like as a child you're innocent,
I
right?
reckon in the
So
future, yeah.
one day
Do you
you're on
know?
Google
Actually,
and you're
thinking about
searching
that,
up your parents' names, right? Because you're like, well, what my daddy and mommy do?
no. Do you know what's
I
worse?
saw
It's
boom,
worse.
you see your mom getting fucking
No,
fisted
no,
with
no. It's
like
worse.
by another
It's worse.
chick, like threesomes and shit.
It's worse than that, bro. It's worse than that. Now you think about primary school, or like
Mhm.
think about like
Oh
bullies and
yeah,
shit,
kids,
or
bro.
like
You
just
probably won't even
disagreements.
find it from. You won't find it if you're,
Some kid
dude.
will tell you,
Some
bro.
kid will
Some kid's
find it
telling
because
you,
he'll
bro.
see your mum and he'll be like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
fucking Kyle's mum is so hot, bro. I want to. What's her name, Mrs. Kyle?" And then he's like, "Oh, you know what I mean?"
And then it's ammunition. Then it's ammunition. See, like, so yeah.
And then
I
that
guess you've got to
eventually
tell them then,
fucking
right?
makes like that will fuck with you. That would I think that is personally the thing that will
You've
fuck
got
with you the
to.
most because I think the insults that hurt me the most when I was younger were never really about me. It was more about if someone said something about my mum, especially if it was
Yeah, which
untrue.
was so.
Especially
It's
if it was
also just the most
untrue, right?
uncontrollable thing
But what if it
because like
was
they don't
true?
even
You know
know.
how like
But no, but they didn't even know.
if someone called your mum a whore, right? You would
Yeah.
like be pissed off, but you wouldn't do anything because you're like, your mum's not a whore, right? But
Mm.
what if someone says your mum's a fucking OnlyFans whore and your mum is an
And it's
OnlyFans
true.
whore? What do you?
It's it hits deep, right? It hits deep. Like, yeah, like imagine, right? Imagine you're in class, you're doing math, and like some
Mm,
just beef fucking
mm,
happens out of nowhere, like it does in class. Some
mm,
argument happens, and he
yeah,
goes, "Fuck," like and she's like, "Fuck off! I saw your mum on OnlyFans last night."
yeah,
And like, and he was like,
yeah.
"Imagine the rage, bro. Imagine
Dude,
the
you know what would be the
rage from that kid.
craziest
That
thing?
kid's
And
fucking
yeah, imagine like you get angry but you don't do anything, and so the bully like gets told to go because he's terrorizing you, and the teacher's like, "Fucking Rob, get to the front and do this equation right now because of that." And he's like, "Oh fuck," and then he instead of answering the equation, he puts an at and then puts your mom's
oh,
OnlyFans. And
yeah.
all the kids
That
pull
was
out their
that.
phones, they're like, and they're like fucking legit. Like some kids like showing you, like some kids tapping you, like, oh look, it's your mom's pussy.
And then the next day, like the kid comes in early on, fucking early to class. He's got the school projector up. He's
Yeah.
fucking got his phone connected to the projector. It's up there. The front.
Oh,
It's up there, right? It's up there. That's
do you
happening.
know
That's happening, isn't it? That's
that's
happening in
wild,
the
bro.
future. That is happening in the
That's
future.
wild, bro. That's like future bullying. It's wild.
That is gonna happen.
Dude,
That's
that's
going to
wild if
happen
you think
because
about it.
think
We're
kids are
legitimately talking
ruthless,
about
bro.
future bullying because like so many bitches have OnlyFans now, right? So like how much
Yeah,
of a percentage of like people or kids are gonna have these issues? Dude,
dude, think about it.
I'm
OnlyFans leaks are
predicting
gonna be
fucking
real in school.
major fucking historical events.
Oh, it was actually me that said it, but it was all right.
Yeah. Sick, bro.
Yeah, take my
I'm
fucking
kidding.
glory, bro. That's all right. No, but I was gonna say that reminded me of this thing I saw on Twitter of this woman that's running like a marathon
Hmm.
because so essentially what happened is she dumped her ex-boyfriend because he had like a terminal cancer like and he had to like he lost his speech he lost
Right.
like he couldn't
And
speak
she's like, oh, he's
anymore
so
like he was like
boring.
it's a talk the communication is gone like this
Oh,
but so he had to relearn how to speak relearn how to walk and apparently it was draining on her mental health so she left and then she ran a marathon to try and make money to like donate um but she was getting abused because like she left and people were like wow real love
yeah.
doesn't exist anymore but bro honestly that I don't blame her like
Yeah, it's
do you
hard.
think
You
you could
can't.
could you do that like could you honestly be like
Depends on how
if
much you
this
love that
like
person. I'm
if
saying
this
that's
fuckface
all I'm
doesn't
gonna
even
say.
remember me anymore because he, you know, like it's
Depends on how
like
much
that's
you
got to
love
be
that person.
crazy. Like I, because like me sitting here right now, if it happened to me, I wouldn't want the person to stay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand, but like, what if it happened to like someone that's like in your already in your family? Do you know what I mean? You would like you have to stay regardless. You know what I mean? Like, but I get it's a
Yeah,
romantic
no, I
relationship
get
is very
that.
different. Romantic relationship is very
Yeah,
different.
yeah. Like
Yeah, it's like
because I think
in a
she's
fucked
doing
up
an
way,
amicable
he's not
thing because
fulfilling
like
her
she's
needs
helping.
anymore, anyways, and it's draining to take care of someone that's like at death's door for sure. Like, it's sad to
Mm.
say, but yeah, you're
And it would
definitely
hurt
right.
just seeing it. It would hurt seeing it. Like
Mm,
it's tough like to like argue that. But yeah, she was getting abused on Twitter because obviously she doesn't love him enough.
right.
And love is unconditional apparently.
Do you
And
do
it's
you
not
know
just a
what?
made up word.
Speaking of love, do you think that if you have a girlfriend that like, you know how like girls sometimes like will story each other's like posts and be like, oh my girlie's so beautiful, da, 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 da. You know, should it be a requirement
Yeah.
for your girlfriend to every time you make a post, she just has to like repost it on her story? Like that's she's like, yo, that's my man's like it, you know?
Um, it should maybe like I think if she does it for her girls, then it should be a requirement. Yeah,
Right, right.
like
Because I saw it
you know
recently,
like
a girl did that for her boyfriend when she like posted his photo. And then I was like, okay. But then I was like, oh. And I was like, nah, bro, that should be a requirement. Like she should like post you, like if she can post a meme or a song, why can't she post you? Doesn't she like you as much as a song?
I would say she can.
Right?
I wouldn't say see okay. I'm of the opinion though of like I don't want that personally.
Yeah, I know I'm taking the
So
piss.
like no. I know I mean it though in a way of like if you were doing it to like other people, then fair enough, you should do it. And
Okay.
if she wasn't doing it to you, that's a problem. But
Okay.
like
What
if
what
she's
if
just doing memes, she's just doing memes, bro. She can just keep to memes. She doesn't
yeah,
have to fucking.
that's true.
She doesn't have to
Yeah.
then
She's
expand.
one
She doesn't
she's
have to
on yeah,
expand the
she's not
content.
going in so many
She,
lanes anyways. Like, yeah.
yeah,
It'd
yeah,
be out of
yeah.
character for her.
She can keep in a lane.
But
Yeah, so I'm
um
okay with that. She's
okay,
limited.
what
She's a
about
limited girl.
if you're selling product? Like if you're like if you start
And she
getting
tries to
into a
sell
trade,
me.
huh?
She's trying to sell me.
No, no, yeah,
Brilliant
yeah.
boyfriend.
You become a
Brilliant
male
boyfriend.
escort. She starts like posting you.
She,
She's like, my boyfriend's up for
brilliant
fucking
boyfriend.
for a fuck.
Yeah,
I'll watch
can
if you
cook
want.
sometimes. Will cook 3 days a week. Gives good hugs.
Gives good
Dick's kind of all
hugs.
right.
Looks decent chap. Um,
Bit
uh,
short.
bit short. Oh no, oh no, it doesn't say bit short. She just says under 6 feet and just goes like that emoji. That emoji, like
uh, that would hurt. That would hurt.
that would hurt, bro.
Gives brilliant encouragement. Really supportive. Pretty much your standard under 6 foot package. Yeah, bro. That's me, bro. That's me. Do you know what's also crazy? I went to an arcade yesterday, an underground arcade,
Oh yeah.
and first of all, they had a roller coaster.
In the
They had
arcade.
a roller coaster. Yeah.
That's
This
wild.
place was a kid's dream, bro. This place was unbelievable. Like it was 3 levels
It was
down,
your dream.
and like yeah, I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. Kids everywhere. Um, it was, but like it was obviously a mini roller coaster. It wasn't like oh my god, fucking
Yeah, I
like
know what you mean.
most
Yeah, it didn't
scary
have
thing in the world,
huge
right?
ups and downs.
And
Yeah.
then it had yeah, but it was a roller coaster inside,
Mm.
fucking, which was mental. It had like, but it was the most unbelievable arcade I've ever seen in my life. Like, and I was just like, this is the world.
Mm.
Like, and I was just thinking back to like time zone
Yeah.
in like in WA, and I was just like, this is
This is
this is
nothing.
this
Yeah,
isn't
yeah. Time zone was
this
nothing.
is this is this that time zone is made in the 90s, bro.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I reckon it's like 20 years behind. They have a roller coaster here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I mean, it's Europe. Europe has
um
always been ahead.
but on that, there was a kid, and I gotta give him a shout out, that was doing the tap dance thing.
Oh yeah, I saw
And
just.
my man's had it on
Yeah,
double.
but
He was
haven't you been
playing
to time
both.
zones here and you see like these like short Filipino
Not
guys just like tear it up on there?
no, not on two at the same time. He was playing two player.
Yeah, I've seen that, dude.
I've never seen that, bro. Fair play to
Oh
the guy, dude.
yeah,
How
bro.
much
There's
time you got to
experts
spend
out
on
there.
that thing?
There's
How much
experts
time you
out
got
there,
to spend
bro.
on that, dude? And he's clapping away.
Hey man, let me just say
He's
something.
got his arms on the fucking thing,
Yeah, I saw,
fucking
dude.
full on.
It's
He's
wild, right?
honestly respect to it.
Like, you know what I'm gonna
He's
say, bro? There is some, dance is life sometimes. Like all I'm gonna
he's
say
got
is
to
like
end up.
as a person
He's
that
got to
loves
end up on
dancing,
dancing for the stars. He's got to end up on Dancing for the Stars. Like
one day.
that's his. I hope
If he
he
can
gets
pull
there.
up doing like 4 of them at once,
With your
that's kind of
hands. I'm
like
like,
yeah, and he's just like hopping from side to side, like cha 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 cha, cha, like kind of doing that vibe.
I would respect that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I might Google that, because you remember how we watched the Tetris Championship way back in the day.
hmm
We there's got to be one for that as well,
Oh,
right?
there is.
Yeah, there would be. That's what he's working towards. That's what he's working
Yeah.
towards.
Well, it's
I
very
understand.
popular.
I
I'm pretty
understand that.
sure it's very popular in Japan as well.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they would probably be the best at it, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
Just knowing them.
yeah,
Just knowing them.
yeah. Usually,
That's
yeah,
just
that's the case for them.
that fucking just that sits with them perfectly.
You
With
know,
them perfectly.
a few days ago, I came across some like. Do you remember like Jersey Shore?
Yeah,
Did you watch any?
not really, no.
Okay. Well, in the show, there was
I
a
know the
thing,
premise though, obviously.
right? But in the show, they wouldn't call ugly girls ugly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like unfit girls. Like so, a grenade, right, was a unattractive chick that was kind of larger as well. Not larger, but like by their definition, large was kind of like I don't know. It was a bit tough, but like it's because they all had them gym bodies and shit. So but yeah,
Yeah.
they would call these women
Honestly, the girls
grenades,
though, the
and
girls
then
on there weren't exactly like slim though, from what I remember.
I couldn't hear anything he's saying because this cunt is smashing it down with his bike right now. All
Oh,
right,
that's
say
funny.
that again.
I can't hear a thing. I can't hear a
Yeah,
thing,
it's
which is
because my
good.
mic is here, but I can hear it. It's fucking ringing.
But no, from what I remember, like none of the girls on that were exactly
Not
like
the videos. Yeah, but they weren't ugly in the face, I guess. So like they weren't calling them
yeah,
grenades. Anyways, there's
yeah,
grenades and
okay,
there's landmines, which is like just a skinnier version of an ugly chick, like a really skinny ugly chick. So I was
yeah.
thinking like people are so like offended by anything you say nowadays. So like, can we just go back to using like metaphoric terms again? Like
Like
obviously don't
grenade.
use I don't think I should reuse the old, grenade and landmine because people will know. There's got to be
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
I got to think of something that makes sense to me.
Hippopotamus. No, yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
that's too obvious,
Grenade,
bro. See, grenade and
grenade.
landmine is like
I know what you mean. Because
because they say
what's
they blow
landmine
up
for?
on
Because
you. They
grenade.
blow up on you in the morning,
Yeah, I was gonna say the grenade makes sense because it's kind of like round, and like
Right.
and also like it blows up.
Landmine is
Landmine is kind of like flat though, like
flat,
that's
yeah,
kind of
thin. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So is that what they mean for that? Is that a landmine
Yeah,
like for the
because they
thing?
call them skinny
Okay, that
because it's
makes
thin. So if you
yeah,
stand it
yeah,
up, a
okay,
landmine
that
would
makes
be like
sense.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That's very
Um,
good. That's very good. I didn't yeah, I get what you mean. I don't know. I don't know
I'm
what
really trying to think about it. I don't think I can think of it now. I think it will come to me. But now that I've been thinking about it, I think it's gonna come to me eventually. Um, oh,
I
there was
don't think
something
enough
else I
people
wanted to
will
think.
know. Do you think enough people will know what that is though for them to like what like know what you're talking about?
Mm.
Because you could always spin that. Like if you say, "Oh, she's a grenade," and someone goes, "Oh my god, that's so rude," you could be like, "What the fuck?" She's like blowing it. She's blowing up.
Nah, they
Like,
know. That's why you got to think of something new, dude. You got to think of something new.
how would you play that off though? If like if someone was like, "Oh my god, you're so rude,"
Do,
like
do you know what? Like you could. Nah, that makes too much sense. You know the rehydrating drink Maximus or whatever, the one that looks like the big huge like
yeah,
the fat. Yeah, you can call it chick, but a Maximus just makes too much sense. You know
yeah,
what I
that
mean?
makes so
And
much
I was gonna
sense.
call like a skinny ugly chick like a Gatorade.
You can do it with like a maxi bond, but again, that's you max. Max is not.
Yeah,
You can't use the word max. Maybe
yeah,
you
because
do it
that
with
just gives it
like
away.
maybe do it with like I was gonna say you could do it with like chips, like she's a thin crust. She's like, oh, pizza. She's a thick crust, cheesy crust.
Oh, yeah, no, but
She's a cheesy
thick
crust.
crust, thin crust, dude. Come on.
Cheesy. Yeah,
Well, because
yeah,
that's like full. She's a cheesy crust.
yeah.
I don't know. It
She's
just
fucking full,
doesn't. It
bro.
has to be one word, dude. It has to be something like.
Okay,
It will come. It will come. It will come.
yeah.
Yeah, come next time next week. You're like, what do you think of? I'm like fat, ugly, and skinny ugly.
Well, remember there was that thing that it's not a thing anymore. But remember when like ugly, like skinny, like well, ugly hot and hot ugly was a thing.
What?
Do you remember a thing like hot ugly and ugly hot?
Hot, ugly, and ugly hot.
Do you know what? Do you not know the term?
No.
Oh, like essentially that was what girls used for guys for like. So if you're ugly hot, you're like an ugly guy. Like you've got like obviously not the greatest like like the structure of your face isn't like good looking, but you're hot in a weird way. Like you've got that kind of like thing about you, you know?
Right, right.
But like if you're hot ugly, you've got all the structure,
But
but
your
you're ugly for
personality is
some reason.
ugly and shit.
No,
So it
no, no,
makes
it's
you
not
ugly.
personality. It's like it's
Oh,
still about your face. Your face is still like
right.
it's still like it's just all about your appearance still. You've got all the structure, but for some reason you're still ugly, you know?
You're lacking. Right.
Yeah, so it's like this weird thing, and it makes sense, honestly. I'll give females this, it makes fucking perfect sense. There are guys, like for an example, like oh no, he's not I'd say Pete Davidson was the first example normally of like ugly hot. Like it was
Yeah, yeah. I get what you.
like
I get what you're
it's
talking.
like yeah, and it's like there's certain guys that have the structure, but they're just still just like it's still just like like you're ugly still. It's like this with, but it only makes sense for me for guys. Like it's a weird, really
Mm.
good metric for guys. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
really make sense for girls because like girls are just like
Oh wow, bro. Is that your manager, bro?
what the fuck? Oh, bro, this is this thing. One sec.
What's what?
Dude, my phone just went schizo.
What happened?
But essentially, um there was an email going around, or like a thing going around that there was the UK service. Well, essentially, I'll read out the message I just got. This is a test of emergency alerts, a new UK government service that will warn you if there's life-threatening emergency nearby. In a real emergency, follow instructions in the alert to keep yourself and others safe. This is a test. You do not need to take any action. I just got a huge, and everything was beeping just then. All my shit.
That's wild, dude. What's that mean? Like, do you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like,
they
what is the repercussions of that? What are they trying to say? Like, some shit's about to go down.
yeah, I guess. Yeah, like that's the world we're living in now. That like that's just like
Dude,
a
do you
thing.
reckon they legitimately thinking like we're gonna get bombed again?
Maybe that's something that they're like, oh shit, you guys got to fucking get ready.
Yeah,
That's
because like
terrifying. They've now just they've made that sound. they've just made that a sound for disaster. That is a disaster sound.
That's well, if you hear it a second time, you know it's not false.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's
That's
like,
wild, dude.
It's
Kind of
crazy.
cool that we caught it onto the podcast. It was kind of like,
Did you hear that?
yeah, it was like,
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of weird. I was honestly like, what the fuck's going on? I thought my phone just died. I thought my phone fucked up.
Do you know what I found out recently, especially at work? I realized so many people can't roll the R.
I can't.
Yeah, I know you can't, but I thought like at least a few people be like, and I thought like people that are like from different cultures, like even my Asian friends at work, like they couldn't roll the R. Like no one could do
Yeah,
it.
Asians aren't normally the the R rolling type.
I just couldn't like I can't believe no one
Yeah,
can do
I'm
that.
pretty sure you can teach. I'm pretty sure you can teach yourself.
I've been trying to teach the other people at work, but they just like they get some of them be like kind
Yeah,
of
it
getting
doesn't.
there, but no one can like. Nah, yeah, everyone ends
Yeah, I
up
can't do
choking on themselves like that. Because I'm
it.
telling you, everyone's like moving their mouth, and I'm like, it's you only move your tongue.
Yeah, but
It's
some
like
I don't.
vibrated almost. No,
Yeah, no.
it's all right.
No,
Some
I've been through this multiple times with multiple
yeah.
people.
You know what it is? I'm
It's
just talented. I'm just so talented with all my
yeah,
voices,
that's what it
my
is, bro.
impressions.
That
That's why.
honestly, that is what it is. That is what.
Yeah.
How did you know?
Yeah. Shit.
How did you know?
Um, I think there was one more thing I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, dude. Um, oh, I should know this. There's two more things I want to talk about. Um, so I was watching like I sent it to you guys today that mum showing that video of her son and stuff on TikTok. Anyways, it was a mum. It's a lady that has an account and she talks about her sons and like sometimes she'll record of what she's doing with them or something, or they're like birthdays or some shit. Anyhow,
Yeah.
um, she like showed one of her sons that just turned 18 and he was having like a beer, right? But in his room and with like a VR headset and he was like VR clubbing.
Oh yeah. I've seen this.
And it terrified me. I'm not gonna lie, it really terrified me. And if you're wondering why it terrifies me, is because I honestly thought we were like at least a few more like generations before people like are so integrated that they're like doing all of these things that they'd rather be inside on their VR on this like gaming system than actually socializing with anyone. And like it terrifies me. It really does. Maybe because I've just been reading into a lot of this AI stuff, but I think the day
Well,
that
every intelligent person has warned us. I feel like.
yeah, I think the more people that decide to live more of their life on this like virtual sphere will have more chance to not only be controlled by other humans but also possibly AI. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's just a scary thought, but like obviously,
It's
you can't stop it.
it's more of the detach. It's also just being detached.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the
scary
amount of people
because you know
being
what detachment brings? Like irrationality and carelessness and violence
yeah.
and fucked up shit. Because when you're you I think you can be a healthy level of indifferent, but like still love people and be tapped in. But I think when you're
Yeah.
at that point where you're just so unattached and life almost seems like a game anyways, because you're so often on that like VR headset gaming system that you can't really tell reality anymore. You're willing to do whatever and not give a fuck because you can always go to that virtual world, and in that virtual world you can kill. So why can't you kill in the normal world, or we'll do what it
Mm.
not I'm just going to the furthest extreme to
Yeah.
be simple. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I get yeah. It is the path of that, and it's like
yeah,
I
it's
don't
so
know, but
easy
also,
now.
do you
That's why
see that in the future? Do you see in the future that's an easy way of like people being able to like cut off a lot of people though, and like just saying, okay, you go live in the virtual world, yeah,
yeah, well, that's what whoever wishes to rule prefers, because the more people that are in that world, the less people you have to persuade on like adjustments in laws and things, because they're gonna be like, I'm not gonna even vote or care. Like, I'm not gonna oppose you on this bill or even read about the bill or even give a fuck on what the change is gonna be, because it's like I'm in this virtual world anyways. I'm in my house. As long as
Think about it. There's so many people care more about, like, for an example, your online character, who you are online. Like, say you have this game that you play, like this role playing game. Some people already care about that life more than they do their own life.
So some people, and I even know some people that have invested like thousands of dollars into either characters or like, for example, just like online games where they're like buying different skins or different like materials, or whatever it may be, and it's crazy because, and they love it, like, it's their thing, and you can't blame them. Like, everyone's got a thing, like some people's it just happens to be virtual, and um I think there just has to be a balance. That's all. I think it's only terrifying at the extremes where everyone is so tapped in, and I know everyone thinks that's a good thing, but it's why I don't think it is, because you're tapping into this virtual place. Yes, you're connecting with everyone in some sense, but you're not actually like metaphysically doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I think you tap into nature and like humans physically, not through like, I guess, like a virtual system.
I just don't know. I think there's an easy way to solve it realistically at the end of the day, and that's just disconnect. Like, just let them all fuck off into their own.
I see your point, but like it's also not that simple, because
I know. Yeah, that's a very like glossy over. Like, I get what you mean.
And a lot of these.
No, I don't think. But by the point that we're at, I don't actually think we will. I don't think the world. I say we, but like, I don't think people will.
I think the main reason I object that sense is because I think most people aren't really even tapping into that. They're just trying to tap out of life. Do you know what I mean? It's just an escape. It would just be, the VR experience, if it gets so good, to the point where you feel the rest of your body is also like physically moving in it, it'll be the next drug.
If that toppy is good enough, bro. If that toppy is good
it'll
enough,
be the next drug, dude. If you can feel if virtual pussy feels as good or even better, because you can now
then why am I even here?
Feel the, like, you know what I mean? Like, dude, it's over. It's over.
Then get me out of this hellhole. Get me out of this hellhole, bro. If it's better,
dude. Like, I was thinking about it. I was like, dude, as soon as, like, because I was thinking at first, I was like, they need to make this physical AI, so like that's when a lot of guys would actually eventually switch. But I think more guys will switch when it's just the virtual aspect and you can feel it. Like, it's almost like a Neuralink thing. You know what I mean? Like, if they somehow connected Neuralink to like VR, and so it's acting in your brain, so it's making you feel the things you would normally feel. And I think
so many people
wouldn't even
it won't be robots.
It'll be sucking my dick. I would just put on this fucking headset and go into this virtual world and just, like, have fucking harems. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't think people are gonna like even marry each other at that point, or even look to date. Like, you'll do your job, you go home, and you put your virtual headset, and you would just go to your harem.
Why would you do your job, bro? Why would you do your job?
Well, because you still have to maintain some sort of like, but maybe your job isn't even like
a lot of people won't.
Maybe your job will be from home. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but then you will also have jobs in this world.
That's what I'm saying. It's possible.
Like, people would rather do those jobs.
Yeah. Once that universe is big enough and has its own market that exists based solely on the market, and I guess you could say you can link it to the real world's money. So like kind of like cryptocurrency, I guess, but specified to that universe, whatever we're talking about. But it's just kind of crazy. Like, people, you're right. Like, people are gonna invest so much money that there will be jobs in that, anyways.
There'll be communities. There'll be everything. It's crazy world, bro.
When that happens, I'm going to do the reverse of that, and I'm going as far as possible into a forest in a cabin. I'm gonna hunt shit. So, because
that'd be pretty cool.
Because I'm a fucking man. Yeah, bro. You want to come along, bro? You bring your fucking old bag. I'll bring my old bag. And then,
bro, can I like maybe bring my headset, bro? Can I bring my headset, bro?
Huh?
Can I bring my headset?
Bro, why would you need your headset, bro?
Oh, just once, bro. I promise you, honestly, use it once, bro.
All right, bro. Fucking whatever. Yeah, we can
Trust
do
me.
it. Bring a headset, but only for Rocket League.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, imagine you could like
Oh,
play Rocket League, but be in the
you're
car.
actually driving? Oh, dude, that's actually crazy. That would actually be the best game of all time, wouldn't it?
Because you could fly as well and shit. Oh, dude, we should.
Yeah, dude.
We should. We should invest in this.
Surely, do you know the wheels? You know the driving
Mhm.
wheels?
Mhm.
Do you reckon there could be like a game like that where it is Rocket League? Obviously, you just have to connect it with Rocket League, but like just if you have a couple more buttons, like jump, double jump, and obviously like
Yeah.
one of the pedals is boost. You have another pedal for boost. Like that would work, surely.
Well, yeah, it feels like a real car, but boost and jump are on like the back of the steering wheel.
Yeah. Honestly, how are you gonna? We're not gonna be able to play Rocket League when you come here. You're getting rid of your PS5.
Yeah, it's over, bro.
You're ditching it, though. You're ditching it
Oh,
anyway.
is it, bro?
So I've got to
Ready?
get.
Ready? I'm about to drop a bomb on you, right? Ready? Are you back? Are you
Oh, is
about
that
it?
first
You
class
about it, bro?
news?
You know what? You know
I'm
what?
ready.
You know what you can do on Mac, bro? What you can do on your Mac and I can do on my Mac, bro?
Play Rocket League.
Yes. And you can connect your controller to the Mac anyway.
I don't think it'll be that. I don't think it'll be that good though.
I've played it on my old one and it was fun. And that one,
Okay, was it good?
that MacBook Air was fucking years old.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. It might be. Might be then. It might be.
Bro, I don't know.
Yeah. That one.
My MacBook Pro would handle it.
You're one level up, Mac. Fair enough. You're such an Apple head, bro.
I know
You
I
bow
am.
down to these
I was actually
corporations,
thinking
bro.
about it. I was like,
You bow
now
down
I'm not
towards
even
this.
in a PC, so I'm not gonna even be a part of that Microsoft one. Fuck Bill Gates, bro. I'm saying it here.
Yeah, he does. He has too much money, bro. I'm trying to give it to dead people.
He doing some slimy shit too, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he do.
And also,
He do be
I
like
just
that.
wanted to mention that like recently our podcast has just been
Dipping.
yeah, dipping.
It did well. It did just after Jolene for some reason. Like did well, and then
It
like
went
Jolene was
up
just
and
like,
then it dipped now
and then
because I think we
yeah.
possibly angered our main audience.
Maybe who knows?
I think there's
They were just like,
one.
oh, you changed.
I'm not gonna mention it, but I think there's one clear um for sure.
Fair enough. Well, yeah, we won't speak anymore on the topic, but we miss you.
It's you. Like, cause like I swear to God, like I don't know. Like I know look, like we're gonna have different people on of different views, you know. Like we're cool, you know. We're cool like that, you know. But we still have our views and morals that we've always had.
We're still us. We're still just Jack and Rash.
Yeah, and
We're
we're
still the
still
same people.
cisgender males that will continuously
Hate.
stay there.
We'll hate. We hate. We still hate on people.
We
Still
hate.
hate.
We hate. Yeah, we'll continually hate everyone.
We always hate.
We do.
We hate
There is
everyone,
no.
man. We
I
hate
have no
everyone.
prejudices. I have no like
I have a couple.
specific biases towards anyone. I'll hate everyone equally.
Yeah. True.
And
True.
I'll love everyone equally as well.
Nah.
Which usually
None of that, bro.
cases not much. But
None of that. I won't be
yeah,
having any
man,
of that,
fuck
bro.
It's just, we're gonna become. Yeah, because I was thinking about like
I'm
it's
awful.
like realistically, what would you think is something we could do to like either change or maybe like try to like have a specialty in some sense? Not special, you know what I mean?
With the podcast, I don't think there is anything because it's just podcast. Like we won't do anything. I don't think it's in that. It's just not in there. It's in other content,
Do you
and it'll be
think
on
we
it, and it'll be
should?
on our own, I reckon.
Yeah, for sure. But do you think we should at least have some sort of segmentation or do anything like that
Like a running order.
is like still on brand with us, but it gives us more of a differentiation to our
We
podcast?
can like if you
Because
want
I
to, we
understand
can
our
like it.
differing opinions and who we are is the differentiation, but is that really like enough?
It depends. Honestly, I'll tell you this. It depends on what you want to do. It depends if you want this to be um like because nowadays most podcasts have running orders. They're all planned beforehand. What you talk about when, like how long
Yeah,
roughly you're going to talk about them, and that kind of shit.
yeah.
But like a part of that to me doesn't feel like natural
No,
about
I
it.
wouldn't like it to
Um,
be. that way. But we do
but
come with
no,
some stuff that we want to talk about anyways.
yeah, no. So, but like, I'm just saying that I kind of don't want to because it's mainly like I feel like I want this to be the place where we can just talk like about whatever it
Right.
is.
Right.
But
And then the
it
skits and
depends
shit
though. Like
we just
anything else can be like more planned or strategic or anything like that. Like because
okay.
I don't think in terms of what I believe, like I don't think anyone blows up from a podcast now, like at all, unless I guess unless
No,
your
no, you
clips really
don't.
resonate, unless your
You blow up
clips
so
really
fast.
resonate with a certain people on like short form content. But unless
Yeah.
you do something and you're like, your clips really like resonate with people, like which is fair enough. Well done if you've done that.
Yeah.
Which there
Which
are
don't
people that have
resonate.
done that, which is
Which don't
yeah,
resonate.
like exactly.
No, bro,
But
I
like,
don't resonate.
I think
I splash.
I
I make
think
waves,
it
bro.
has to be, it just has to be other content, which I think majority of it will come from ourselves, like in terms of like I'll have people, you'll have people, and it comes
Mm.
together. I
Yeah.
think that's what I genuinely think. And then it will
Yeah,
just be
probably.
like,
Yeah, I think this podcast is more so like a thing that we started with no real aim, and I think it's going to continue to be like a
because it's a good thing to
even
have
at,
as
like
that.
it will be a thing. It's it's not terrible. I was gonna say it's terrible to say, but in some sense, for the people that are listening and that do like the podcast, it's terrible to say that this one day will be just a background thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
everything else
like
will be much more of a priority, while this will be like just the weekly thing that we do. And it's like
mm.
I'm not saying that we're going to put as much effort into it, but I'm saying more so it's going to become so like
Well, I think it'll be better. It still will
yeah, it will
improve. Like
be.
it's not going to like get
As time
worse. It will
progresses.
like I'm just like you said, it'll go like this, but then other things will just be going up here as well. Like it's
Yeah,
like not really
and
it's not really, it's
it'll
not like
clash, and sometimes
yeah,
it'll
yeah.
bump the other thing, and yeah, vice
Yeah,
versa.
yeah. It's kind of just for us. It's like kind of like what the way I see it is kind of like it's a
Well,
good
it's just
entry
one
point to
source of
what we
content
want to
for us.
do. No,
Yeah.
but it's also a good entry point to like things of like us having like a background, like
Mm,
like
mm.
we've got a background of like hundreds
Yeah,
of
because
hours
even if
now.
we change videos now, people will be like, "Oh, well, they still did these videos for so long, so like, fair enough." Like, there's
Yeah. Like it's like which I kind of prefer. Like it. I think what it does, like right, it because there's that idea of blowing up like instantaneously for having a thing. Like so, someone like say for an example, one of us does blow up for a thing. Say for an example, you have a viral music like hit, right,
yeah,
and your song just goes mental, and then but like you don't make another song like that for like say like you struggle
a
to
little
make another
while.
song like
Yeah,
that, but what would
people start
happen?
looking
It
again
wouldn't
for it.
happen. It wouldn't. Your spike wouldn't be like this. Your spike
Mm.
would be like this. Oh, he actually makes other content, and like, am I interested in a human being
Yeah,
behind it
yeah,
afterwards?
yeah.
So like, you actually have like this backlog of like, okay, this is who this person is. It's
This
not just
person is yeah,
okay. This person's done this one thing. Boom. And like it's like a lot of people now in like social media get stuck in like they get stuck in like a niche. So say for an
mm.
example it's huge on TikTok. Say for an example, you make a certain type of joke and it goes viral. You make a certain type of video. That's your video now. You
Yeah.
make that video.
Mhm.
You and then you try and make something else. No. The algorithm doesn't like that. Fans don't like that. Go back to
Yeah,
making the other video that you make. Okay, I'll rephrase the same joke in a different way. That's what you do, and it's just the same thing, same thing. And then it's like, how do I get out of this? You can't because you've got no
yeah,
backlog
because
of
you've
what you've
placed
been
yourself in a
doing
mold.
and what you've created.
Yeah,
So it's like that's the biggest problem. So I don't mind. I don't mind. I'm fine with it because it just gives us like a whole like personality behind who we are. So it's like,
yeah. So if
yeah,
people ever
it's
like, oh, you like that said this or that, it's like, yeah, like look at the pod. Like if
yeah,
you ever need,
yeah.
if you ever need to know my
It
full
gives,
opinion on something, I probably already talked
yeah,
about it. You know what I mean?
yeah. Like
I
if
think
you want to know
majority,
more about us, it's like you've got infinite amount of information
yeah,
to go back on
yeah,
and listen to. So it's like, yeah, that's what I see it as, and which is the best thing for us because like it's just content that's always going to be there. Like it's
yeah,
never going to get taken. It's never going
yeah,
to
facts.
move. So
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. But like, yeah, it's just getting and like London obviously moving is like probably the biggest step in us doing that. So,
yeah.
um, yeah, like here we are. Here we are.
Here we are.
You
You got
you
anything
got anything
else
else?
on this?
No, I'm done for the week, bro. I'm done. I'm done. I'm
Okay.
I'm finished.
Well, Sunday Select. Mine is Overcast. That's the artist, sorry. Um, and the song's called Outro. It's Time.
What have I been listening to a lot this week? I haven't been listening to much music, man.
Dang.
It's probably actually. I don't have it up here. One sec. But I think I said it was. I've just been listening to a lot of it last of him in the last 2 weeks. What is the song name? It is that. European Skies by IDK.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Well, thanks for listening, guys. We'll be back when we're back. Whenever things, there's no like time for the uploads now, or like anything. So like,
No, they've been consistent. It's just
yeah, they've been
consistently like
consistent.
4
But it's
days
just
after
like
we do them.
it's just so like what days we've been doing it as well. It's kind of like
Yeah, up in the air. Yeah. Anyway,
Anyways,
we'll catch you later. Peace.
see y'all.
See you, bro.
Bye, bro.